Hey guys, I'm Saurav, and in this video let's talk about the best editing applications for mobile phones. Now in this video we will see applications that will really help you to edit your images. These applications won't cover fancy stickers and stuff, but this will really help you to edit your images if you don't have a computer with you right now or if you don't own one. At the end of the video I will also cover how do I edit my images with a mobile phone, so stick to the end of the video. Without wasting any time, let's get started. So the first software that we are going to use is Snapseed. Now in Snapseed you get all these filters. Then you can tune your image with the different sliders, like you have shadows, highlights, ambience, saturation. So all the sliders that you expect from an image editing software, all are present. Okay, you can increase the structure, sharpening, you can do a lot of things here. You can zoom in the image, you can see what you're doing, you can play with the curves, you have all the RGB curves as well. You also have presets for your curves, so you know what you're doing, and then you can adjust the curves to get that different look that you can create with single click. You can rotate your image, you can do all the basic stuff. You can also correct the perspective, and if there's any black portion that will get filled, and that's great. If you want to undo, you can do that. And then you can also selectively edit a particular image, like for example you can increase the brightness of a particular part, you can paint in brighter areas, you can paint in darker areas with the brush, you can use different filters as well. So you have different filters like tonal contrast, HDR, black and white, and there are a lot of options to try for. So with just few clicks you can actually transform your image and make your images look very beautiful. And Snapseed is one of my favorite apps among these 5 applications. The next application is Lightroom. Now Lightroom is very amazing software. Adobe makes Lightroom also for computer, and I'm very used to it. The overall interface, the overall UI is very similar to the computer UI, and when you will use it, you will get to used to it if you have used Lightroom before. And you have tons of options here. You have much more flexibility compared to any other software that's on the list. You have a lot of things here. You have hue, saturation, luminance, you can select a color, you can target something. You have a lot more flexibility compared to the other software. I personally like Lightroom the best, and I use Lightroom a lot when I'm using mobile phone for my editing. Even when vignetting, even when doing different stuffs, you have too many options. You have different presets to play with. So it's a very similar experience which you get when you are using Lightroom in computer. So when you start using it here, you basically get a very similar experience. Okay, you can use presets, you can then tweak the presets. What you can do is you can also view the histogram, you can view different information. You can also copy the settings from one image to different image, and you can then synchronize the settings, and both images will get edited in a exactly same manner, and that's amazing. And Lightroom also has an inbuilt camera app, so you can take the images with that camera app. By far that's the best camera app I find in the image editing software. Then you can edit those images which you took with the camera app in the same way, and you're good to go. The next software is SKWT. Now the SKWT editing app is a very different app altogether. It's not meant for like changing the colors, changing the tones, or getting some effects or light effects or something, but this app is specifically for actually correcting the perspective, changing the perspective. Now don't get me wrong, you have other applications where you can play with perspective, where you can correct the perspective, but this application gives much more options. You have mobile, wide, fisheye, GoPro, so you have all these different kind of presets which you don't have in the other software. Basically you get a lot more flexibility. You can create the type of look you want, you can create different kind of wide angle images, you can create that GoPro look if you want, and you can do a lot of stuff in SKWT. And I use this app a lot of times when I want to basically try to correct the distortions or want to do something that's creative. The next software we're going to talk about is Photo. Now Photo is basically again a image editing software, and you get all the sliders that's present, but you also get noise reduction. Now noise reduction is very useful. Okay, if you have color noise, if you have something that's shot on a higher ISO and that's why you have noise, you can use that. Again, you have all the curves layer, all the hue saturation layer that you find in the other softwares, and all those are present. You get all the options, you have some presets as well to play with, you can change the opacity as well, you can manage the presets if you want, And no, rest of all is pretty much same. It's like compared to the other softwares, it's pretty much similar, but you get different scenes to play with, you get noise reduction. So yes, Photo is a good application and I recommend you to try it. The next one is the Photo Director. Now the Cyberlink Photo Director is again very similar. That's why I'm not showing you all these stuffs, because you have seen these stuffs before. But the UI is a bit boring, I feel, but yeah, it does the work. It's a very powerful editing application. What I like about this particular application is, in spite of getting some basic adjustments, it has some very unique things which the other applications did not. You can of course remove certain objects, which you can do in other softwares too, but in this software, what I like most, as I said, is blender and overlay. So you can add different kind of textures in the sky, then you can adjust the size, adjust the opacity, adjust the position, and create these amazing looks. You can paint the mask, you can adjust the brush size, and you can create this beautiful look in just simple clicks. Okay, so blender is one more option that I like. You can create light leaks, you can create very different light looking effects, adjust the opacity, and get the images looking beautiful. How I edit my images is basically I bring it into Lightroom. I always check my histogram so that I know what I'm doing. I then tweak the details as you're seeing right now. I play with my curves, I change my colors, I do a lot of things. I play with split tone. So why I use Lightroom is basically I am used to Lightroom when I'm using computer. So when I switch to mobile, I don't find that I'm using a different application. Then I export the image and then I go to SKWT app, and as I said, if I want to make any kind of perspective applications, any kind of perspective corrections, I do it in SKWT. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and you got the idea of the applications that we can use on the mobile phone. And if it helped you, press the like button and subscribe to my channel for more such content. I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.